Hi, my name is Matthew Schick, and today I'm going to be talking about private security and home security systems and why people should have private security and home security systems. To start off with today, the history of private security started in ancient Egypt with Pharaoh Ramses II, and he had the Magi, and they were for protection and security. The other part of history was ancient Rome, and they protected homes, people's homes, and the property. And they had slaves and used guard dogs as well. 2 million home robberies occur every single year in this country, and they occur every 13 seconds. The average homes, only 17% have alarm systems. 30% of them happen because people do not leave their doors and windows locked. They always happen because someone gets into an unlocked door or window. If you do not have a home security system or an alarm system, you are 300% higher chance of being victimized. The most common items that are stolen out of a house are jewelry, small electronics, and cash. Because most people, when they steal stuff, they want to steal something small they can get in and out with right away. They're not going to want to go and pick up something very heavy because how are they going to get? They're not going to get very far. And then they run the risk of getting caught. The simple ways to protect your home are to have an alarm system, have locks on all doors and windows, and to keep all your lights on. If you keep all your lights on, people are going to think somebody's home. Solid or metal entrance doors, so they cannot be kicked down or whatnot. And have lights on the outside of your home. That way, when people drive past, the property is lit up and they're not going to want to go near it. Because someone might see them, and so they're not going to want to go near it if someone sees them. You should always make your home look occupied because then they're not going to go near it. Security guards, armed or unarmed security guards. And they use handheld radios to communicate with each other. And they watch surveillance in public areas to make sure everything is going okay. And their ways of self-defense are to have a firearm, pepper spray, or taser that they'll use as self-defense if they need to. Gated communities have a 24-hour guard service. So usually there's always guards, some guards in the gatehouse, and there are some that are driving around the neighborhood. And they have approved guests only. So if you're going into a gated community, they only allow you in if you are a resident, of course, or if you're going into a gated community as a guest, you have to be called in by one of the residences. And homes that are in a gated community are less likely to become victims of home invasion. And I just stated earlier that they have guard services that drive around the neighborhood to keep an eye on all the houses. So if you live in there, in a gated community, you're less likely to be broken into. And most gated homes in a gated community still do have alarm systems. And I've seen a lot of homes in gated communities don't even use their alarm systems, but they still should, because one of the other problems about a gated community is people come in and out. The Postal Service comes in and out, construction workers come in and out, and there are still people that come in and out that do stuff for other people's houses. And if you live in a gated community, you have a homeowners association. That is a fee you have to pay every single month. And they can either be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 every month to pay the guard services. And you have to pay it every month. Because when you buy a home in a gated community, you sign a contract stating that every single month you will pay the HOA fees. And if you do not, they can take out a lien on your house and force a sale on your home if you do not pay it. You sign a contract stating that when you purchase the home. Noise restriction. That is a good thing or a bad thing. It is a good thing because some people don't want noisy neighbors, so they want people to be quiet, and that is a bad thing for people that are noisy. And it's a really good thing for frequent travelers. If you're going on vacation all the time, you can leave your house and not having to worry as much if something can happen. And it's good if you're, like, say you're buying a vacation home, and it's going to be empty 8 or 9 or 7 months out of the year. That is a good thing to have. Because you don't have to worry about someone breaking in when you're out there for 7, 8, 9 months out of the year. And some people that live in gated communities leave a spare set of keys at the guard gates in case there is an emergency, they need to get in, a water leak, and they need to shut something off. So that's a good thing. Alarm systems. This is what I was talking about earlier. Everyone should have an alarm system. Only 17% have one, like I stated earlier. My apparent opinion is that it should be 100% of homes should have an alarm system. And they're available in either hardwired systems or a wireless system. Hardwired is not what a lot of people use anymore. They go through your home, they pull wires through your walls and stuff like that. It can take hours, all day, or days, or a week. Depends on the size of your home. With wireless, you can get it done in less than an hour. And you have sensors on all windows and doors. Motion sensors, glass break, panic button, smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, and then you can have fire alarms and stuff like that. Today I'm going to talk about a wireless alarm system that I have in my home. This is called the Simply Safe. I have this in my house. This is the main base station that enrolls all the wireless sensors. Inside is a cellular module that dials out to the monitoring center in the event of the alarm occurring. And then in here, you have a backup battery that lasts for a while if the power goes out, so your alarm still functions. And this also has a wireless range of 400 feet, so all sensors can be placed within 400 feet of the base station. And so this is good for if you have a smaller home or a larger home. It works fine. These are the entry sensors. This goes on all your doors and your windows. So every time a window or door opens and these come apart, this is what happens. It'll beep. So if you have all these other windows and doors, this will protect your windows and doors. And usually in a home, these are positioned either on all the windows and doors. And there's usually, when you have these under doors, there's usually an entry delay from the front door, and typically your garage door is the entry delay. Any other door, it would set the alarm off immediately, and your windows would go off immediately. These are the glass break sensors. These are positioned typically in big rooms like a living room, family room, rooms with big windows, or a sunroom with lots of windows and doors. So if someone would break a window, this would trigger the alarm immediately. This is the motion sensor. This is positioned typically in big rooms as well, typically in the corner, so it sweeps the room at an angle. And this is pet immune, so pets under a certain pound, I think it's 40 pounds, will not trigger the alarm. And this is thermal, so it detects human body heat. Here we have the outside siren. This goes on the front or back of your home, and this is very loud. Probably, I think it's about 130 decibels, so it's really loud. That this would go off, and this will ring for probably I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes. And right here we have the keypad. This is typically placed. Lots of people have these typically placed in their entryways, typically coming in from the front door or the garage door. And these are some people will typically place these also in their master bedrooms. And here you can have the off, away, and home. And you also have a panic button on here as well. So when you press away,
please exit now.
It gives you 45 seconds to exit, and it's beeping to give you time to exit the house. And then when you re-enter through the delay door, it'll give you 30 seconds to disarm it, so you have to enter the code, and the keypad will shut it off.
Alarm off.
And here we have an extra panic button. People have larger homes, typically place these in hallways, out to some of the major sleeping areas, and stuff like that. And here we have the keychain remote. This is placed on your key for your cars or whatnot, and you can press it. It has off and away, so when you come home, you can press the off button without having to turn off your keypad coming in from the door. And then you also have an extra panic button here as well. Here we have the smoke detector. And this typically is placed on the ceiling in some areas, in some rooms, for if there would be a smoke buildup or something like that, or a fire, this would set off the alarm also. And they would send the fire department out. So when they would see a fire alarm at the monitoring center, instead of dispatching the police, they would dispatch the fire department. And I forgot to mention that if the fire alarm goes off, the burglar alarm or whatever, the keypad will tell you which alarm was triggered immediately. And the siren has a different tone for it. So the burglary and fire all has a different tone. And this emits a high-pitched beeping sound also. And here we have the carbon monoxide detector. This is for if you have a deadly gas leak in your home. This will trigger an alarm, and they will still dispatch the fire department. Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas that kills people every single year. And so if there is a carbon monoxide gas, like you do not know, you do not see it, and you do not smell it, and you cannot taste it. So if carbon monoxide is filling up in your home, this will trigger the alarm. And then that typically happens when people are sleeping. If you are awake and there's a carbon monoxide leak, it'll start to make you feel like you're dizzy, flu-like symptoms, and feel like you're going to pass out. Those are the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. And like I said, this is the leading cause of, carbon monoxide poisoning is the leading cause of death every year for lots of people. Surveillance systems are also in addition to the alarm system. A lot of people have surveillance systems as if they want to go really high tech. And they can be placed in your home, all around your house, or they can be placed on the exterior of your home, up high to record who comes in and out of your driveway, and stuff like that. And they're easy to identify potential burglars. So if someone drives in your driveway, it can record their license plate number and the type of car they have, and it's easy to track them. Because with a license plate number, you look that license plate number up, it'll give you their address and where they are. So then they can find out who they are. And that's why a lot of people will not break in to a place with they see cameras because they run a higher risk of getting caught. And lots of people think that if there's surveillance cameras everywhere, it is an invasion of privacy. I'm going to tell you that it is not an invasion of privacy. It is for their protection and their safety and the safety of others. And then it is a great criminal, like I said, it is a criminal deterrent. A lot of criminals are not going to want to go near your home if you have cameras because they run a higher risk of getting caught. And I'm going to show you a camera that I have right here. This is a camera that I have also installed in my home as well. I have this camera installed in my home as well. And this is a camera that I can put anywhere in my home, and it records it. Who comes in and out, and it records all around my house. And I have a tape in here. It has like a 45-day loop on it. So it records for 45 days. And then you can also look on the internet. If you have an account, you can set up an account online or on the phone to watch live action footage of what is going on in your home through this camera. It connects to your Wi-Fi router. That's the Wi-Fi router right back there. And you can connect to the Wi-Fi router to monitor what is going on in your home as well. And I forgot to mention with the burglar alarm, you can also have an app on it as well to monitor what's going on in your home. You can turn the alarm off and on from your smartphone, and then every time an alarm is triggered or gets disarmed or armed, you will also get a notification to your phone or email. And I forgot to mention that. And burglar alarms, fire alarms, and security cameras are a great thing to have in your home. Security systems are necessary in our lives. You should not have to be a victim of a home invasion. Choose to protect yourself and your families and stop criminals in their tracks. Thank you.
That was really, really interesting.
Very good.